Good morning, good Monday. Must have made a little song there for you guys. Okay, ladies, this one is for you. This weird skylight thing is kind of funky here. So, don't be fooled. What do I mean by this? I mostly mean by yourself and by the little voices in your head. And really, I'm just talking to myself today. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by those old voices, by the fear speaking, by manipulation talking. If you have been in an emotionally abusive relationship, especially in a narcissistic abusive relationship situation, the PTSD is real. The trauma is real. It is ingrained in your cells, and it takes a lot of work to undo. It is not impossible, but it is an ongoing process. And just like everything else in life, we're never fully healed from anything. I want to just bring awareness to this. I want to call myself out here. And I want you, if you're going through this too, or if this happens to you from time to time, just let you know you're not alone. Give yourself grace, give yourself compassion. We have these moments of weakness. I won't say weakness, but of vulnerability. Not weak. We are not weak. Vulnerability where, your guard's down a little bit. And by that, I mean you're forgetting who you are. You're forgetting your strength. I'm forgetting my strength. I'm forgetting how far I've come. I've forgotten that I don't need to be manipulated or controlled, that I know my truth. I know the truth of reality, and that is all that matters. When you're in these type of relationships, the person on the other end is often or always trying to manipulate reality and get you to start to believe that their version of reality is yours as well. The manipulation, the scare tactics, all the little things to try to keep you small, to try to keep you in control. That moment of vulnerability is when you forget that you have power over those, that you get to choose differently, that you don't have to listen, that you don't have to do what you're told. That's a huge thing for me that always comes back into play. I always feel like there's a scolding, like I'm a child. And it also brings up my own childhood trauma. And all of a sudden, I'm like this little obedient, like, yes, sir, okay, yeah. And I'll just take it, whatever is thrown at me. And it's like, for me, again, it's like this being scolded, like the little girl that did wrong. And if you do right, you're going to be rewarded. And if not, you're going to be punished. And I have these moments where I catch myself and I look at myself again, and it's like, wow, you've come so far and you've done so much work. And I want to shame myself for going backwards. I want to guilt myself for going backwards. I want to scream in the mirror, what are you thinking? Why did you allow this to happen? And I have to take a breath, and I have to give myself patience. I have to give myself grace. I have to remember, again, how far I've come, and that it is not my fault. It is, however, my responsibility to pull myself out, to remind myself that none of these things are true, to remind myself that nobody has control and agency over me, over myself. I get to make my choices. I get to make my decisions. And yeah, there are some things in life we can't control, but what we can control is how we feel and what we believe, and what we believe about ourselves, and what we believe about our reality. So if you are understanding where I'm coming from, and you have been there, or you're there now, it's just that reminder that you can take control back at any moment. Even if you feel like you slipped back a little bit, or you had a moment of weakness, or you felt out of control, or you felt hopeless and controlled, you get to make a choice at any moment to change whatever you were just feeling. You get to step back up for yourself at any time. You get to use your voice at any time. You get to clear your throat. You get to say what you need to say, what you want to say, all of that. And just be forgiving with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. No, I'm really trying on that one to give myself more forgiveness. Because when I pop out of the trauma loop, I go, whoa, but It's just part of the process. I just want to bring awareness to that today. Don't be fooled by yourself. Don't be fooled by those thoughts. Don't be fooled by that person. Remember how smart, strong, brave, courageous, all the things that you are, and that you can make a change in any moment, even if you're starting to go down that rabbit hole, starting to do a little spiral. You get to step out of that anytime you need and take control back over yourself.